Hi Miss Vivi, welcome to
LeVania
LeVania
podcast.
So here, me Marleva will be playing as Lori.
And I am Evania, will be playing as Michael.
What has happened? And it turns out,
Well, I think that would be the same for me if someone was just a sharp intake of breath. Like when you take your car to the garage and say, and they tell you how much it's going to cost to have your exhaust fixed. And you respond with, that's what we'll do.
exactly. It's funny you say garage.
That's I think original thing with English people because you could say garage, or garage. People will understand you in English. It just depends on your whereabouts in the country you come from.
But it's funny where I'm from, and it might differ. America is so big, and I'm not really up on all the different regional dialects. But I would say I took my car to the shop or to the workshop. I wouldn't even say the garage, or I would say the garage. But the garage for me is the place you at your home.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, a special building where you park your own car. That's your garage, and usually you keep a bunch of tools and junk and things in there.
Exactly. And your lawnmower
Yeah,
and things like that.
Yeah.
That's what we call it in England too. But also it doubles as where you take your car to have it fixed, to have it repaired. But if you said that you were taking your car to the shop in British English, they would look at you really funny.
Yeah.
Like thinking you are going to sell your car in the shop. You don't have it fixed, but they will understand workshop, that engineers and mechanics work in a workshop. But a shop in British English, it's where you sell something like newspapers and things like that.
Yeah, so that could be misunderstanding then.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, wouldn't you be clever enough to figure it out? Don't they know enough about American English from TV and things like that to pick up on that?
I think so. Now, because there's so much of the TV in England are American programs, and if you want to understand what's going on, you just have to get up to speed with what people say and the names they have for things. So I think most people would be able to figure it out, but I can't speak for everybody.
Oh, it's funny, there are a lot of expressions in British English and American English that can completely screw you up if you are not careful. One of my very, very favorites is the word rubber. Yeah, can I borrow your rubber? Have you got a rubber I can borrow?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, isn't that what? Because I learned most of my British English from reading and from these English teaching materials and vocabulary lists that you have, because it's almost always based on the British English model. And in these teaching materials, a rubber is what I would call an eraser. What you use to rub pencil marks or erase pencil marks, but what you call it, spontaneously with that, about British English, would you call it a rubber or an eraser?
It's quite funny that you brought this up because when I was young, I would, without even thinking, we just talk about this as rubber.
Yeah.
I need a rubber. When I was a child, we used to write in pencil at school, and so every school child had to have a pencil and a rubber. This was important equipment for going to school.
Yeah.
But it was only when I went to secondary school in England that I realized that rubber could actually mean something else, and particularly with American English. And so I had to consciously start calling it an eraser.
Oh.
Then that actually evolved.
Oh, funny. You say eraser and I say eraser.
Oh, did I say that?
Do you hear the difference?
Oh yeah. Eraser, yeah.
Yeah.
I say it as if it is Z or a Z, as we would say.
Yeah.
We call it Z.
Exactly.
We call it Z, eraser.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to consciously do that because to me, to be honest, it's still a rubber.
It is still a rubber, and maybe people don't understand what rubber actually is in American English. And as far as I know,
Perhaps to show.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind when I hear the word rubber used as a noun for like a thing is a condom.
That's right. That's a slang word for a condom.
Yeah, and I can just imagine the, unintentional fits of merriment that could occur at a business meeting if you said, "Oh darn, can I borrow your rubber?" If you were sitting there with a bunch of Americans that they might laugh at you. So that is the end of our podcast.
Thank you for your attention.
See you.